Welcome back. I'm doing a new project. I wanted to share a little bit of the how I develop things. I've been wanting to do envelopes reclaimed from packing paper, and it takes a little bit of work in order to do that. And I've been trying to think through a bunch of different aspects of that. One of the first ones is when you have packing paper and it comes out of a box, it sort of shows up to you in this crumply status. And you can see how you can't really work with something like this because it has too many folds and bends in it. So you can press the paper. I looked around and I had this idea that I could do this with my heat press because not only do you have heat, you also have pressure with that. And so I fooled around a little with it and then decided it was time to try it out. So here is what it looks like when you have an entire pile of packing paper that needs to be ironed. And then I ironed it all. Looks like when you have an entire pile of pack 30 seconds. This time around, I did batches of two papers together. I found when I was experimenting with it that 3 was too many. That middle one doesn't get the benefit from it, and so I do 2 at a time. And I try to get the papers big enough that they're gonna fit the entire 15 by 15 of the pack of the heat press. So this is what they look like afterward. You can see that quite a bit of the wrinkle is taken out and they get really flattened. And then after I have them all flattened, I come over to my trimmer and I start cutting down the edges where they're sort of have all the crinkled edges. And the reason is I need them to be a square in order for me to make them into envelopes. I keep a lot of the scraps from this if they're big enough for me to do anything with. So you can see like I have some torn scraps. And I do have some long ones. I'm going to make mini cards out of these, or I'm going to put them on the back of a mini card. And then we will be able to have some cute little mini cards to sell along with the envelopes. Okay. So you can do this at home, which is why I am making this video. I'm sure there's lots of people who get stuff from Amazon. We do. And this was they used packing paper. They switched over from the air pillows. And so I got lots and lots of packing paper to use up. And if I'm not going to use enough of it, I will recycle it. But the making it into something is very appealing to me. Okay, now I am going to measure across the top. Here's that part. And I'm going to say, okay, the biggest one I can have is really an 8 by 8. And I think 8 by 8 is fine for this. So I will cut that down to 8 by 8 on my final cut. Let's get it lined up. And so this piece of paper that's left over is the one that I will save because it's very cool for a junk journal. All right. Then I made this 8 by 8, so I write 8 on it with pencil. I can always take that off when I'm actually making the envelopes, and I add it to my pile. One more time through that process, and I'll speed this one up so you can see how I do the cutting. So that's it. That's the whole process of getting them flattened and ready. They go from this wonderful big pile of packing paper and get ironed down to this. And then I take them all and fold them up using my envelope punch board. I will link the video for the tutorial on that, and they turn out like this. So that's my final pile of envelopes. And I looked at them and they ended up being a nice mix of small and medium and large envelopes. And so that is likely how I will sell them in packs of small, medium, and large. And so if you want to get those are at Cozy Nerd Nook Studio on Etsy. Otherwise, I'll keep sharing my process right here. Thanks for listening, and if you have liked this video, please hit that like and subscribe button below for notification on all of my new videos.